Hey everyone, I thought I would take a pause during my restore and retool of this studio scale Narcissus and show you some of the steps I'm working on, show you some of the details I'm working on, doing a lot to this. I offered this kit initially about, 15, 16 years ago. This model, this body anyways, is cast on the model that was made for Aliens. Had confirmation from the actual model makers that made this. So this lineage of this hull is from Aliens, not Alien. But what I'm doing is adding detail to make it a little more similar to the Alien filming miniature. I'm not making it exact. There's a couple of you guys out there that are doing amazing, perfect replicas using all the kit bash parts. I'm using a few of the donor kits on this, but I'm keeping a lot of its heritage to the Aliens model. But anyways, let me take you on a few of the detail pieces I'm working on here. You can see I've already started adding some accurate paneling to the Alien model. I am completely resurfaced these two sections, nice and flat. Drew out the vector panels as close as I can get to Alien, but still the dimensions on this model are a little different than the model made for Alien, so I had to do some adaptation. I'm using some of the accurate donor kits, and I'm finding I'm having to modify quite a bit to fit this body. These proportions are a little different. This piece, for example, was donated to me by John Simmons. Thank you, John. And realized that I needed to do a little bit of reshaping. I've got to bend these in a little bit just to fit these different proportions. So I made a quick rubber mold. I did some nice castings and then did some trimming so that now I've got this piece that fits the way it should. I decided to make a much more accurate nose. So this 8-rad piece will slide right in here. But yeah, I am doing this nose from scratch, making it much, much more accurate. Stubbier. Actually, hold on, if I can show you the original nose. This is the nose made for Aliens. And then this is the slightly squatter, slightly different proportions, new nose. I'll have these hollow with inserts so you can light inside of there, but here's where I am so far. There's no plating on this. The nozzles, I 3D modeled and printed these guys and molded them. These are the resin castings, but you can see I've got that ribbed detail on the inside now. The proportions are much squattier than they used to be. Oops. And I've also got these inserts, cast them in clear, in case anybody wants to light this up, but those inserts live right inside there. Nice and tidy, nice and neat. Everything's so much better and sharper than they used to be. Alright, that was a task. I was helped along by the map of my vector, so I was able to kind of map this out and follow along, and I also used these frames as templates as I was gluing down the panels. So, looking pretty good. I'm going to give this a coat of primer and start cleaning it up. Panels are primered, looking really pretty. The Tamiya 135th Panzerwagen parts are installed, and for a few days I've been modeling this. This is version 5. I think I've got version 7 is already in the printer right now. This has gone through a lot of iterations. So instead of offering resin printed parts, detail parts that go on top of that, Panzerwagen chassis piece, you'll put that. This will be with the kit as a 3D printed part. And he's going to live in that orientation. And then your cowling will live on top of him, much like that. These are the new side clamps. I modeled these much more accurately than they were before. And they live right there. This is a 3D modeled and resin printed detail that fits into that cup. I modeled these little guys, these little chippy guys last night, printed this morning. And they'll be included in your kit. And they're detailed parts that live on both engines underneath right there. And then I think on this side there's a little chip that connects that to that. But I'm really happy with how this is turning out. I mean, especially this guy as a 3D printed part saves you so much time because it just goes on as one piece. What's left to do on this kit is a whole bunch of cleaning, a whole bunch of polishing, getting it all fixed up, making little corrections. Pretty much every square inch of this model will be addressed. And then the back wedge assembly, there's a wedge piece here, a wedge piece on another side. The other one is much more shallow than it used to be. So I'm working on that. And the nose cone is coming last. Thanks for joining me on this video. That is my progress update on the studio scale Narcissus. Another week of sanding and polishing, and I think this guy might be ready to mold. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to see future content.